In today's module, we're going to be talking about the secret to passing cybersecurity interviews, right? What is that magic recipe? What is that secret, right? And that secret completely, when done correctly, the small but important trait, when done correctly, completely changes the dynamics of the interview. And most of the time, it's not the technical aspects of the interviews, but it is the soft skills that are just as important to passing the interviews. And that's what we're going to focus on today, right? So this technique is a research proven technique, right? And from someone that's actually interviewed many candidates, this is something that I look for, right? In terms of the attributes that this technique presents, right? And also having participated in a lot of cybersecurity interviews, this is something that I try to practice, not just in interviews, but in all aspects of cybersecurity careers, right? So what is this, right? So what to do, right? So this magic thing is called the 3-second pause, right? So why do we do this, the 3-second pause? So really, when a question is asked, you take the 3-second pause, and it gives you the opportunity to take that question in and kind of like think about it, right? And kind of like like collect your thoughts together, right? And what you're really doing in that 3 seconds is you're preparing to deliver a well-rounded response within that 3 seconds, right? So you take it in, you think about it, and then you kind of respond here, right? And how do you do it? How do you do that 3 seconds, right? So once the question is asked, you're going to maintain eye contact during the 3-second pause, right? Now, 3 seconds isn't that long if you think about it, right? But at the same time, you're going to allow your body to just be naturally relaxed, facing the interviewer, maintaining the eye contact, and taking that question in and thinking about it. So why do it? Why do we do the 3-second pause? And I mentioned that, again, it's to collect your thoughts, it's to kind of like take in that information, kind of like think about it. But you could do that within 1 second. You can just instantly, with a click of a finger, you can actually respond to that question directly. But you don't want to do that, because by doing the 3-second pause, what you're doing is you're elevating the charisma of yourself, right? You're providing self-assurance, right? And you're portraying that personal magnetism along with that quiet confidence. And when you add all these elements together, it is a package of who you are. Now, let me warn you that it's not an easy thing to do naturally. And that's why I say it takes time to master, right? Now, really, when do we do this? Like when would you do it, right? So if you look at an interview structure, right, there is the start of the interview and there is the end of the interview. And at the start of the interview, many times the interviewer is gonna say to you, tell me something about you. And that is the moment, as soon as that question is delivered to you, because it's an opening question, right? When that question is delivered to you, take the 3 seconds, okay, and then respond. Okay, so that is an important. So if you can't do it all the time, at least do it at 2 key important elements, which is at the start of the interview, where that first impression makes a difference. That is the first time the interviewer is actually asking you a question and is kind of like responding and interacting with you, right? And the second most important time is at the end of the interview, right? So at the end of the interview, you may experience like a question such as, do you have any questions for the team? Or do you have any questions for me, right? And that is the opportunity again to practice the 3-second pause, right? In which you take the 3 seconds, you think about it, and then you'll actually ask that additional question you may have or additional element here, right? And again, I'll do another video on how to nail that perfect question at the end of the interview when you are asked, do you have any additional questions, right? But when we revisit this whole concept here about the secrets to passing the cybersecurity interview, you want to be doing the 3-second pause, right? Make it natural so that every time you answer a question, you're doing the 3-second pause, right? And really, the 3-second pause cannot go against you, right? But again, take the time, practice it. and apply it not only during interviews, but everywhere really, right? And the key element that I really want you to take away from this video is under no circumstances, never interrupt the interviewer, right? When he's asking a question or he's stating something during the interview, let him finish, let him completely finish. And once you've finished and he is no longer talking, take that as your cue to pause for that 3 seconds for you to then initiate what you have to state, right? So again, never interrupt the interviewer, okay? That concludes today's module.